I'm ready. Let's just, I try to just ease into it.
I'm recording right now.
Just be relaxed about it, you know?
What's up?
What's up? Welcome to Honesty Gang.
Yeah.
Episode could be 6, could be 7, could be 8.
Who knows?
We're in New York.
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York, Bushwick.
The hardest place in New York.
The hardest place. There's some crazy shit going on outside, right? Can you vouch for it?
I vouch for that shit.
Yeah. Some crazy shit's happening to you out here, right?
So
This is Panda.
This is William, but let us explain how we met. Do you want to explain? Yeah, go for it.
We met at a really insane hostel when I just moved back to New York. Just got back from Costa Rica to here, and there's like meth heads like walking through the hallways, like acting really crazy. There's like, the first time I got there was like some dude on mushrooms, like treating me like I was Jesus or something. He's like worshiping my green hair. And some dude like, he was like floating, he was like standing over your bed while you slept.
Don't you think he thought you was like an edible mushroom that he can eat?
Maybe he might have thought it was broccoli or something. I don't know.
You could have been a very
But
easy target.
He was into me.
You're pretty sexy for a mushroom.
I'm pretty scrumptious.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
So, what you tell him about the hostel too?
So New York City, New York Moore Hostel was more like, I got familiar with the staff. I got familiar with the guests. I know some guests that were from New York, which I thought, in my opinion, wasn't the best option. But then again, it's the hostel. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
It's mostly people from New York.
Yeah, but
there's some cool people. I met some cool people towards the end though.
Yeah, I did too. In the beginning. And I got to understand why they were at the hostel. But there was one particular guy. Should we name him?
Nah, let's give him a fake name.
Prince.
Is this a nice thing? Or
we're going to call him Prince. Because he was staring over me like he wanted to kiss me like I was a princess.
Yeah.
And he was staring over my marijuana. I'm like, where'd you get that from, baby?
Well, you made the mistake of giving him some marijuana, right?
I did.
You never give the goblins.
Wait. When they give the goblins good weed, they never stop coming.
Yeah, they'll never leave you alone again for the rest of your life.
They never will.
And he was like, didn't he threaten you?
Actually, he called me today.
Oh my God! See, this is months ago we're talking about. This is like a month and a half.
He was like, yo, I showed you a text message on that fucking iPhone. He's like, I got $250. Can you give me some shit? I was like, no, my Japanese friend and I are not talking. Because he did some shit to me. And I feel like...
Your Japanese friend? Oh, wait, the sushi chef?
No, my best friend, Tech. He did some shit which violated my trust.
Oh, man.
Which came down to my business, but also you don't tell people that, I can do this for free.
Oh, he tried to get you to photograph for free.
Yeah, telling people I can do this. He got the hookup.
Are you saying I have to pay you for this?
No.
I'm paying you in Sapporos.
He's paying me Sapporos. But I would like some Chinese food.
Ooh, okay. Maybe.
You guys know it has to be Sichuan Chinese food. Ooh.
What? Oh, wait, is that Chinese food?
No, you can't find that shit here in New York City.
Oh,
unless you go to Manhattan, downtown Chinatown. Sichuan is like, if you really want to taste spice.
Yeah, spice.
Listen to what I'm telling you.
Are we going to go after this?
If you want to really taste spice in New York City, go to downtown Chinatown.
Yeah.
Go to a Fukushi or a Cantonese restaurant.
Fukushi.
It's I'm saying the dialect wrong, but it's a dialect in Chinese. It's really hard to speak it.
Yeah.
There's only really one Native American in New York City named Zami, New York City. He's a YouTuber.
He's the only
He's the only person that I know that speaks that so well.
Oh, really?
Where? Yeah, he lives here in New York City.
And it's Chinese?
And he's white American.
Oh,
and
and he
he's
speaks
actually
Fukushi.
has a girlfriend that's Chinese, but he is influenced in French, Chinese, Japanese, French, Italian, Ukrainian, Moranian. He can speak any language.
Wait, but who are you?
I'm Panda.
Tell them, like, how would you describe yourself? What is your elevator pitch on what you have to offer, what your experiences in life have been?
Well, what I have to offer, my experience.
Yeah.
That's what I have to offer.
Yeah.
My experience is unique. It's
Hell
not
yeah.
something that you can make up. It's not something that you can just dialogue in a book.
It takes time.
It takes so much time and dedication and years to perfect. And also,
Are you talking about photography?
photography, videography, documentary, journalism,
Inline skating.
inline skating,
Yeah.
snowboarding, wakeboarding. I have experience in all those sports.
Oh, you snowboard too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I injured myself pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. Fuck.
But
What'd you do? What happened?
720 flat spin.
720.
Well, in snowboarding, that's 720 rodeo.
Flat spin?
It's in snowboarding. You
Is that
guys
when
know
you-
this.
You keep your feet on like the ground and you.
No, your body's kind of in a rotation that is flat, and you're spinning flat.
Oh,
But
but you're in the air.
I'm in the air at 720, and I thought I had that on a snowboard. I had that on rollerblades.
Damn.
Any rollerblader from New York, from Paris, from Tokyo, from Toronto, from New York would tell you, I had that shit in the bag. But when it came down to snowboarding,
It's different though. That's like ski. You probably could have landed on skis.
but here's the thing, I landed it twice before.
Ah, damn. Yeah.
And I went big on a bigger launch ramp. And I thought I had the clearance. It did not have the clearance that I wanted. And ate the banquet. You guys know what the banquet is.
What's the
It's
bank?
it's the top when you're about to land. It's that tip of that point.
Wait, when you're landing back on the other ramp? Oh, so you put your face on the.
May I call it the panda shit face plant? Oh, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
Rollerblading really caught me off guard too.
Oh yeah.
Competing to the ASA, I actually was in what? Pretty much in like this 45-second pre-coast, they call it pre-coast coma, where I wasn't responding for 45 seconds.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Pre-coma.
If you doctors can recollect on me, I'm sorry, I didn't finish medical school, but listen,
But
I
you
know what
went
it
to-
was.
But you went to medical school.
Yeah, I did. And I failed because I didn't continue.
Oh, okay.
I got into an accident in Japan. I lost not just my sense of smell and taste, but I lost my daughter in that car accident. And
Oh, Jesus.
I kind of went on a drinking spree. Sake, soju. I didn't do any drugs.
Yeah.
It was more alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
And when my family, my Japanese family, found me in Japan just laundering and just traveling, they were really upset.
What do you mean? Were you like one of those dudes outside?
I was one of the dudes outside, but respectful.
Respectful. Okay.
What I would
With
do
the
is,
Japanese style.
because you gotta understand, the Japanese are very
Respectful.
beautiful and more respectful people. And when I was raised there half my life, they taught me a lot of things that most Americans will appreciate.
Yeah.
And that is self-structure, if I'm saying that right. Self-structure is where you learn how to respect everyone,
Yeah.
what you're doing. Even when you're recycling this fucking beer can, you recycle it properly.
Yeah.
That's the way of life in Japan. You don't leave anything unattended.
Yeah.
If you need to separate plastic bottles from labels, that's what you do in Japan. That's the recycle process. I learned a few structures in Japan that taught me how to be a better person.
Yeah.
I did not learn in the U.S.
Like anything like what are the specifics? Top 3.
Top 3 specifics?
Yeah.
Respecting who you are, what you are and what your sex is. That is more important.
Who you are, meaning just
what you are and what your sex is.
What your sex is interesting. What do you mean? Like your gender?
Yeah, your gender.
So how do you respect your gender?
So let's say if you're a transgender, dude, I have all the love for you.
Yeah.
You know why? You're a human being. You deserve to be respected the way you are and how you should be respected.
Yeah.
Not because someone put it in your fucking head, oh, you should not respect those. Those people are disgraceful. Ooh,
so
they're evil.
So there's a lot of respect for like trans culture in Japan?
Yes.
Word.
Because they want everyone to come to Japan. They want everyone
Was
to
it always that way, or is it like a...
It was always been that way, but it took some time.
Yeah.
Because there has been some hostility between US and Japan's culture.
Yeah,
but
I've heard.
Japan, you have to understand, Japan has its walls for a reason. It's because the outside world is dangerous.
Yeah.
Their subculture, their beliefs, their education, their environmental, cultural barriers, their government ideals mean a lot. But not every Japanese will agree with every government official. That's why you will always have retaliation against something against human rights.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
It seems like it can be almost like, they have the respect down and like cleanliness and order, but sometimes it can be too much order, right?
It could be too much order.
Yeah. And sometimes it seems like it maybe oppresses, like some people, like if you're struggling or something, you can't fit into that order, you're kind of ostracized.
Yeah, it feels that way.
How do they treat homeless? Like if somebody's crazy or like something like that, what do they?
May I speak about homeless to Americans?
Okay, yeah, sure.
From a Japanese perspective.
Wait, but they're probably like, what the fuck? Why are you from Japan? Like,
I'm not from Japan.
But
I lived in Japan. I was raised there.
When
and
did you move to Japan?
A long time ago.
At what age?
6, 7.
Okay.
And when I was 6, 7, my mother was a biochemist engineer, and she decided that Japan was no. So how I was born here in U.S. by default.
Mm. Where at?
She gave birth right here in New York fucking city.
Oh, no shit. I didn't even know that.
That's why I keep telling you guys don't know shit about me.
Anytime you think you know shit,
you don't know shit.
Panda keeps you guessing.
Exactly. So when I tell people like you don't know shit about me, like I'm from the French, I'm from the Japanese, and I'm from the American side. I understand both sides of the pond.
Yeah.
And you guys don't understand the U.S. We love you across the pond, but there's certain things that you do that frighten us the most.
Yeah.
And that's your violence in America.
Well, violence.
It's violence.
Yeah.
Like, I know our French, we have our little valleys and we go against the police, but you even have police on our side too in Paris. Or not just in Paris, but in the entire country of France, that there is some agreement to how structure should be maintained.
So who's causing the violence? Are you talking about police in the U.S. or the citizens of the U.S.?
I think the police in the U.S. need to be fundamentally reevaluated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There are some officers that need to be going under psychological evaluation.
Yeah.
From my perspective, from my ex-wife, Yuki,
there's some little dick energy in the police force.
Yes, and there are some good officers that do not like those officers, and I met them.
Yeah.
That would tell you, like, I love my job, but I can't do my job when these assholes are on the job.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have something to prove.
Yeah, and may I also tell you guys that good officers do not like bad officers, and this is why there's always a debacle within the police department.
Yeah.
And you guys don't realize that when you say defund the police.
The thin blue line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say defund the police, you're talking about defunding the good guys too. And the good guys are the ones that want to help you. And I'm not trying to vouch for police officers in general. I'm just trying to reach out to those that are citizens, that are police officers, that actually do justice, that follow the binary rules of the Constitution, human and civil rights.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to persuade you or any way. I'm just trying to tell you that I met good officers that got me out of trouble in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Look what happened in San Francisco.
What happened to you in San Francisco?
You got bad cops.
Wait, what happened to you in San Francisco?
So these 3 guys wanted to, one guy, can I start over?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is you?
Wait.
Walking down the street?
Beer drink.
Oh yeah, beer drink. Do you chug in Japan? Is there any chugging in Japan?
There's chugging, but...
Should we slam a Sapporo?
I don't think you should slam.
Okay, no slamming?
No slamming. Just chugging. It's like, yeah, kanpai.
Kanpai.
So, when I was in San Francisco, when I was houseless in San Francisco, I had good cops and I had bad cops. I had good neighbors, I had bad neighbors. I had good community, what do I call them? Good community activists. And you have bad activists.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the good activists.
Good actors, bad actors.
So when I was in Potato Heights,
Potato Heights?
or whatever they want to call it, Potato Heights.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm not from San Francisco.
Potato or potato?
It's Prestido.
Okay.
Heights.
Yeah, okay.
It's a very fancy neighborhood.
No.
The Korean consulate is there. The only reason why I wanted to go there was I wanted to see the Korean consulate. Because every fucking Korean consulate is so fancy.
Nice. I gotta go. Is there a good one in New York?
No.
Is that no good?
San Francisco has the best one.
Wait, what do you do? What do you do when you get to the Korean consulate?
You just tell them, like, if you speak Korean, which speak a little bit Korean, you are fascinated by how consulate houses are structured.
Yeah.
It's beautiful inside and it's beautiful outside. They have a garden. It's not just that. It's just the window architecture of the whole entire structure. It looks beautiful. And as a photographer, I dig it.
Word.
I fucking dig it.
Yeah, cool.
And there are some in Paris, there's some in like other countries that look, wow, I would never thought this was a consulate.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Word. So this is in Potato Heights. Potato Heights.
No, not Potato Heights. It's
Pescadio. So these three. What did these 3 dudes do?
Okay, so it's not the only consulate I visit in San Francisco. There's the Japanese consulate, the Russian consulate, the Turkish consulate, the Mexican consulate, the Filipino consulate, which is downtown.
Yeah.
There is the Swedish consulate. I visit all those consulates, and they don't have what the Korean consulate has, which is style.
Style.
I shit you not.
It's important. Style is important.
They have style. Koreans are the most beautiful and most. Can I emphasize something?
Emphasize it.
I believe if it wasn't for the Korean and black culture coming together, there would not be a trend. If you guys understand what that means.
A trend.
Think about it. 96, 97, 98 of the year 99, before it became 2020. There was a time where Korean and blacks got together after the Rodney King riots. The Bloods.
I thought they got mad at each other.
No, the Bloods, the Crips, the Koreans, they saw a unification at that point. They didn't want any problems with the blacks in this country. Because they believed that we all are in the same situation.
Yeah. Wasn't there a problem with like, didn't they kind of go to war with each other for a while? Like I heard there's people on.
I never lived in LA.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
But after, it's post Rodney King
Right.
riots, they came together.
this is what South Koreans told me. From watching their television, did you know that American portrays blacks as the most dangerous species in America?
Yeah, if you noticed.
But the difference is, a South African comes to South Africa, they're not portrayed the same way because they're not from America. Why?
Yeah.
Because they have more respect and they understand what they have to do to also get the trust of the Korean people. The same way I had to get my trust of my roommate, my professor, my fellow Korean roommates. I love you. Which whoever that may be in the future, because I like roommates.
Yeah,
I like
me too. Me too.
Korean. I like female roommates mostly. Because you know why? They know how to actually fucking tell me and put me in my place.
Okay, so you like to be put in your place.
Korean women are good for that shit. And you know what? I don't mind that. I want to be put in my place for a reason.
Yeah.
Especially Japanese women. They could put you in your place and they would never talk to you ever again until you realize.
So they keep you up to par.
Yeah. It's like a spanking.
Yeah.
You never receive, but you don't get hit, but you feel it in your heart.
Yeah.
And you want that back.
Yeah.
You really want that back because you want to trust, you want the people of Japan and Korea to trust you
Yeah.
and see your side of the story.
Okay.
And you also want to see their side of the story. And you want to bring that to America. And here's the problem with that. Can I switch this? Hold on.
You want to turn it down?
No, I want to move it over.
Or
Yeah. Here's the problem. I think a lot of American people lack the responsibility to actually understand one another. And I think that has to do with the cultural barrier of understanding language. Now, like Russian. You don't have to speak Russian to understand Russian. Because Russians understand English very well.
yeah.
They have the philosophy. They've been,
So you're saying people in the U.S. can't like include people from other countries in the same way or something?
yeah, it's just like,
Because we don't know enough languages?
it's just like you guys, I'm not saying in a bad way. What I'm trying to say is that you guys don't focus enough on the cultural barriers in America. Chinese, Filipino, Hmong. Do you speak Hmong? I do.
I don't.
Gucci Pao, New Kotaba. Like Hmong.
How
Thai.
many languages do you speak?
It depends if you want to find out.
Hmong.
Japanese.
Japanese.
Not Thai, Hmong.
Hmong.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Hmong Thai.
if you guys don't know who Ely is, I know you saw my Instagram. Ely was a girlfriend that I met back in 2009, and we kept communicating after her family decided that it wasn't best that we keep in contact, but we still kept in contact.
Wait, this wasn't your wife?
No,
Oh, okay.
this is a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because she never begged me for anything, she never asked me, she never used me for anything.
Yeah.
But I kept sending her money to her all the time secretly.
Of your own accord. Oh, she didn't even know you were the one sending money?
No, she knew I was sending money, but
Oh.
her sister didn't know where the money was coming from.
Oh, okay. Where were you getting this money?
Well, let's just say that I advanced in liquidating my photography and my life culture.
Yeah.
And I know when I'm worth value.
Yeah.
And YouTube, especially YouTube,
Yeah.
doesn't see that I'm worth value. Even though they at one point did, and then it's like, eh.
Oh, were you getting paid off YouTube for a while?
Yeah.
Nice.
And my revenue went down 75%.
Damn. How many viewers were you getting?
It wasn't the viewers. It was the views that was getting.
It was the quality of the views.
Yeah,
quality
it
over
hit
quantity.
people in a certain way where people wanted to
engage
into realism
subscribe.
of what is going on. Like, why are you risking what? First of all, people ask this question so many times in YouTube.
Yeah.
Why are you actually homeless? It's actually houseless. I choose to be houseless.
And you're currently houseless.
Yeah, I choose to be houseless
But
because
it's not like you're living outside. You're living in like
Well,
hostels.
I could live outside if I want to.
Have you lived outside before?
Absolutely.
Or
I have lived outside so many times.
in a tent or what?
No, I actually lived outside with sleeping bags because you know why? Tents cause problems.
People can see them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I've had people fuck with me in tents. I was houseless in Europe for 3 months.
See?
And some dudes came up to me in Spain and I was sleeping on a trail and up in the mountains, and some dudes came by me and woke me up at 7 a.m. and they were like, camping, and then they spit all over my tent.
Yeah.
And then luckily, I woke up.
East Europe.
I woke up, and before I noticed what was happening, I was like, wait, they just fucking spit on my tent. And then I got out and they were halfway up the trail. I'm glad I didn't. I was so mad. I'm glad I didn't yell at them because they probably would have kicked my ass.
No, they'll not just kick your ass. You get kicked out the country after that because that's a crime.
It's my fault. Yeah.
It's his fault.
Yeah.
This is why, guys.
It's my fault if I get spit on.
And you should take it as a grain of salt.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know why? Because you could share that experience. I got spit on. I got spit on many times.
Yeah.
You know why? Because people didn't believe who I was. I guess people didn't believe that I had the good intentions. Mm. And as someone of a skin of color, look at this skin of color. Sexy. Look at that.
It's all sexy.
Too sexy. Both sexies.
Sexy all around. The whole gamut. Sexy.
And people still take this skin of color as the wrong adjective.
Yeah.
It's like, you're black. So, I could be from Zambian, I can be from South Africa, I can be from my favorite place, Nairobi.
Yeah.
And mind you, CJ, what's up?
See your boy from Nairobi?
Yeah.
But
CJ.
I've noticed you get kind of edgy, for a black dude, you do kind of hate on black people sometimes.
I do hate on black people.
Why?
Because you guys hate on everyone else.
Wait,
for the wrong reasons.
Are you talking about Americans?
Yes.
What do you
for
mean?
the wrong reasons.
What do you mean they hate on everybody else?
Let me tell you. London black people love everyone. You know why? Because all they think about is just I want to have sex with white babies, Asian babies. I want to make difference. Here in America, it's if you marry an Asian woman, like I have done twice and dated 3 times.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know about E. Lee, she's my girlfriend. She was murdered and raped because she was Asian.
Damn.
She was chink.
Where was this?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Fuck, man. And that's the same place that people put coffee in your eye, and that's why you have an eye patch, right? On a bus, somebody tossed coffee in your eyeball.
Some hot substance. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I can't smell, so I don't know.
And you can't smell because of a car accident in Japan.
Yeah, or taste. So
Did you go into a coma when you got in that car accident, or?
I did for 14 days.
Yeah.
And that 14 days, the first thing
Where were you? Where were you when you were in that coma?
I was in a hospital bed.
Oh, but where were you in
Osaka.
In your mind, where were you? Were you dreaming?
At the time,
Did you feel like you were dead?
No. How I felt was I was floating. I felt like
Did you know what was happening?
No, I felt like I was floating when I woke up, and I kept floating for a while.
Floating.
Yeah.
Like your soul is disconnected from your body.
I kept floating, it wasn't there. I wasn't connected at all.
You're just not. You were halfway between death and life. So, but what was happening when you were? Where were you? Did you see any beings, or was it just a void?
I just saw. If you guys really want to know what I saw,
yeah.
Gray space.
Was it scary? Was it scary?
Light pulsing.
Was it scary?
No, it was just like light pulsing.
Did you feel peaceful?
It was.
Did you feel like a person?
No, it was concerning because the light kept pulsing.
Yeah.
And then, but in a coma, I was thinking about Ayaka, my first wife, to my mother of my child.
And she's still alive, right?
No, she committed suicide in Japan.
Fuck.
And I had to pay. I promised her family. Because you guys don't understand, the Japanese culture is that if you commit suicide on any government or city property, the family has to pay for that.
Oh, it's like a crime?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And this is why all my money goes...
You're still paying the Japanese government for this?
I'm still paying the city for that.
How many years ago did this happen?
This happened, 2004, 2005? 2004.
24 years ago?
2004.
Oh, 2004, yeah.
And her grandparents took over as guardian of my daughter because I told them to.
And she's still in Japan?
No.
Oh, she was in the car wreck with you.
And ever since then, that family has been very negative towards me.
Yeah, did they blame you for that shit?
Yeah, they did.
Damn.
They still do to this day.
That's where it seems like the Japanese culture becomes kind of harsh. It's like, really, we have to pay because our loved one committed suicide.
But I'm paying for Ayaka's debt.
Yeah,
because
that's wild.
she jumped in front of a commuter train in Japan, and I have to pay for that debt.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life. And you know what? It's
How much did they charge you?
It's worth it.
How much did they charge you? Is that, you don't want to say it?
I really wanted to disclose the amount, but let's put it this way. I filed an EEOC against my former employee. Yeah. I won. Yeah. I took all that money. I spent it on eye surgery, and I spent the rest on the bill.
EEOC, that you sued them basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bill's over.
No, the bill is never over.
the mental bill or the money bill?
The money bill and the mental bill is not over. I still have debt.
Goddamn.
Yeah, and you know what? The government understands that I'm willing to pay at any time. They know that my situation is kind of complex. Mm-hmm. But this is why I pay months in advance for
What would happen if you just didn't pay?
No, that's the thing. I pay months in advance. If I get a lump sum of money of my own, I pay that shit in advance.
So what would happen if you just stopped paying? You would lose your Japanese passport?
No, I don't have a Japanese passport. I have a Canadian and I have a UK passport.
What the fuck? You've been everywhere, man. Wait, okay.
I gave up my American... Guys, if you didn't know...
You relinquished your American...
Wait. You guys know from YouTube, I have relinquished when I announced my American citizenship months ago, years ago. Yeah. Well, actually...
You denounced it. You denounced
13 months ago. I announced it and paid $2,700 to announce that.
Oh, yeah, that's wild. You were telling me, they charge you to denounce your U.S. citizenship.
And it's still ongoing. Because they feel like I still have debt.
Debt to America.
Debt to America.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you? Announce American citizenship.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
You owe us more.
Yeah.
Wait. I never took out any fucking library loans. I never took out any bank loans. What do I owe you?
Dude, the CIA might come after us for this one.
Yeah, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
I hope you do. Because I really want to work for you guys.
Work for this. Me too, man. If you guys want some help.
Yeah. I can tell you inside scoops about anything that goes on in New York City, Toronto, Portland, Chicago, Madison. I know all the drug dealers in Madison.
You're gonna rat them all out.
This is why I'm the documentary photographer. I'm not ratting them out.
Okay. But only...
I don't like drug dealers.
Oh, so you're trying to get to the source.
No, see, FYI, can I be clear?
Yeah, be clear. We're clear.
Marijuana drug dealers, I'm not after you. I'm after those hardcore drugs dealers.
The heroin.
The heroin.
The meth.
The meth. Fuck you guys.
You've never done that. Have you ever done that stuff?
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't touch it, right?
I wouldn't touch it. I smoke marijuana all day, every day.
Yeah. Because it helps you, because when you lost your sense of smell, it became harder for you to eat, right?
Actually, no. It actually took some time. I had to find a certain strain, like a high potency strain, in order to help me eat.
You gotta have that dank shit only.
Even now, I'm not eating.
Yeah.
Like today, I didn't eat shit. I've been...
Beers only, baby.
Beers only. Why?
I feel it.
I have no idea why my brain is the way it is.
Yeah.
But I can tell you this. I love my IPAs. I love my Sapporo. I love my Keurig.
Do you consider...
I never say no.
What, do you consider yourself like an alcoholic or...
No, not anymore.
Yeah.
No, because I have control.
Yeah.
Like today.
You're not gonna like you're not gonna get like wasted. You're just
no.
Like, yeah.
You know how many people offer me whiskey and vodka over the times, and I was like, ew.
So
no.
you don't feel like. Do you drink like all day every day or?
No, I don't.
Just night mostly.
Nighttime after 6 p.m.
That's your rule.
That's my rule.
And that's how you got out of it.
And that's in like yesterday. I didn't drink.
That's good.
What I did was look for work because I need my computer fucking repaired.
Yeah.
My laptop repaired because I was in that fucking rainstorm a couple of days ago, and my fucking keyboard got fucked up.
Oh yeah, the rain's been crazy out here.
And I was like pissed off. I was like, no, I love this laptop.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, yo, I do it for 90. I was like, shit.
Oh, interesting fact, fun fact. You're one of the best gamers. What game? You're like #1 at one game online, right? What is it?
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends. This is the top. This is the top Apex Legends player in the world right here.
One of the top 100.
But weren't you like #1 at one point?
No.
Oh, okay. How close did you get?
50.
50? But don't you want that #1 spot?
No.
Nah.
I don't want that one spot. You know why? That's too cocky.
Yeah, you're satisfied with the 50.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with 50, 100, 250, 300.
And
I don't care.
That's that Buddhist background, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because you were raised in a Buddhist school, right, in Japan?
Yes,
but,
I was.
I still want them to understand, like, you were adopted, right? Mm-hmm. So your parents were from New York.
No. My mother was from Courbevoie, France, which is outside of Paris.
Uh-huh.
But
she was in America.
No.
You were in France. You were born in France.
Flying over.
You were born in France.
I was born in France.
Oh, okay. And your dad was from?
Azamian.
Where's that?
Azamian?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what Azamian is?
Is that France?
That's south of Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, South Africa, Zambia,
Yeah.
Zambia.
And they put you up for adoption at what age?
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
Don't know my father. Kind of knew my birth father.
Your what father?
My birth mother.
Oh, your birth
Kind
mother.
of knew.
Yeah.
Because I was too young to understand what she was going through. And she got sick. She died.
So you got you were kind of mad at her? Or?
No, she got sick and passed away. And
how old were you?
I was 6, 7.
Goddamn.
And they decided to take care of me. And they looked out for me. Even though when I was in the States, they looked out for me. These Japanese...
So
you gotta understand.
How did these Japanese... You're talking about your Japanese parents.
I met Aiko in a young age. I met her at another junior high school.
Wait, so she was like your mom is your age?
No.
Or she was a kid?
Their daughter was a kid.
Oh, so you met their kid?
Yes. And I fell in love with her.
Oh, wow. That's kinky.
Yeah. And it turned out to be my fucking sister.
Oh my God.
Later on, but my adopted sister ended up marrying a French biochemist engineer.
Yeah.
And decided to, she just owned herself from the family.
Oh, no shit.
Because her family wanted other obligations. They wanted her to be something else.
Damn, she disowned her family.
That's why she doesn't, this is why I follow her suit.
So, okay, so I want to make it clear. You were in France, you met this Japanese family in middle school? Or in elementary school?
No, I met them here in the US.
So how did you get to the US?
As I said before, in the very beginning of the video, if you were paying attention, I said, my mother came to the US when I was born in New York.
Oh, so she came right back, like when you were like 1 or something.
Yeah.
And then in a school in New York, you met this Japanese. Where did you meet this girl?
I met Ayaka at PS 161.
What's PS 160? Isn't that like
It's a high school
show?
here. It's an elementary school here in Japan.
In
New York.
Yeah.
And it's in Harlem.
Yeah.
Out of all places. And I was put in this very special fucking school.
Special in a good way, or?
In a kind of good way and a bad way.
Yeah.
Because it was like, my English was very poor.
You were a French boy.
So Americans pursued that. I was adolescents, if you know what that means.
Oh, so they put you too high in the grades? What the fuck? They just skipped you over a bunch of grades?
Not to skip me, but like put me in like this special education program, which I did not deserve.
Oh, because they were accusing you of being like younger than you were or something?
They were accusing me of being disabled.
Why?
Because I couldn't speak the
Oh, because you were French? It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Fucking dude.
It's so dumb that my parents frowned upon you education in America. That's why they took me out of.
That's why and then you guys moved to Japan.
I went back to Japan and
What
got
age?
home education.
What age?
This was 15, 16?
You were homeschooled in Japan?
Yeah.
But I thought didn't you go to some Buddhist school out there?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You were homeschooled and were in the Buddhist school?
Yeah. And I got kicked out that Buddhist school when I was 13.
Wait, I thought this was 15.
Wait, no.
Okay.
The first Buddhist school I got kicked out was 13 because you know why?
This was in Japan?
Yes.
So when did you?
Wait, let me explain.
Okay.
So in Japan, not everyone was fond of American absence in Japan. They thought they thought I was American.
They don't like Americans? Or they didn't? They didn't like Americans
at the time. Navy and Air Force was causing a lot of trouble.
How's
For
they do?
Japanese young women.
They party a little
Abusing.
too hard. Yeah.
Let's get this shit straight. Abusing Japanese young Americans or Japanese Asian Americans from the Pacific. And you know what I'm talking about, Navy guys in the Air Force. You use women to pay your bills, to pay your debt. I think that's fucking wrong.
Oh, they would like wife these girls up and then get them like, give me some money or
Yeah. I fucking despise
So they had a bad reputation out there.
This is why I fought them all the time.
Oh, you fought them all the
I
time.
fought them all the time.
Yeah.
Like, come on, just bring it.
And you know how to fight.
I do know how to fight.
What's your martial arts style?
I like jiu-jitsu, but I also like Thai boxing at the same time.
Jiu-jitsu?
Because I blend the two.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
And you fucked some people up recently, right?
I got fucked up, but I fucked up some people recently.
Well, because somebody tried to mug you in Manhattan, and they fucked with the wrong guy.
That shit was awesome. He came by, was like, "Yo, dude, you got a light?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Nah, I'm talking about you got a light." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Light me up, bro." I'm like, "Light you up what?" He's like, I know you got the spliff, the blunt." I was like, "Oh, I got a joint." He's like, "Yo, how about this? Give me all this shit you got in your pocket."
Ooh.
I was like, oh, that's how it's gonna be.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, kept smoking. I was like, I don't think you want to go there. He's like, I do.
Whoa.
He pulls out a 4-inch knife. I know that shit's not gonna do shit to my liver. So,
Yeah.
I'm standing there, I'm looking at him. He's like, he's literally like posing and going for the kill.
Yeah.
And he misses.
Oh, he went for a stab.
Yeah, and he misses terribly. I'm like, you want to try again?
That's what you said?
Not cocky, but
said
in my
that?
mind, I was like, try again.
Yeah.
It's like, whew, oh, this
You
guy.
just dodged his ass.
From that standpoint, I knew he has no defense.
You could tell he couldn't fight he couldn't fight.
He couldn't fight.
Yeah.
He has to use some type of weapon or something to make him feel broad.
Yeah.
So when he tried to stab him the second time, grabbed him from the left, bah! Boom! Cracked him in his head.
Oh, you flipped him over?
I flipped him over, sat on him.
How big was he big?
No,
Okay.
maybe your height and maybe a little taller, maybe a little stocky.
Right.
But when I pinned him on the ground, this other Spanish Latino Dominican guy came along, pinned his legs to the ground.
Oh, we helped you out.
Yeah.
See, that's what's good about New York. People will help you out here.
I agree. And he's
It's
like,
a family.
yo, what happened? What happened? He's asking me what happened. He's like, try to stab me with a knife. That little shit. He's like, oh, call the police. After police
Oh, so
arrest-
he held him down while you
Yeah.
called the police.
After the police came, arrest him.
Did you hurt him real bad or?
No, not really. I asked the hostel for the footage because they have a camera right there. They tell me it's not on.
How dare you?
The HI US, as I'm not sponsored, let me rephrase that. I donate, I contribute, and they do not have a camera on facing the corner of 104th in Amsterdam.
It sounds like they need a strongly worded email.
They need to have their fucking cameras on. That's what they need.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Goddamn.
So I had to deal with that. After the hostel we've been through,
Yeah.
this is what I called the hostel. You know what?
Yeah.
I called New York City Moore Hostel,
Yeah.
and they said, yeah, Panda, but we're only going to do 3 days. And I never showed up. You know why? My Japanese friend said, don't waste money, because I feel like you're going to need it for a ticket. And she was dead on, spot on. She knew, I swear.
Yeah.
She's like, what? Scarlet Witch. She knows the future.
Scarlet Rich?
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
She knew that
That's a
I was going to
famous
use that
name.
money to buy a ticket because Amtrak wasn't going to come through for the mistake.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to call me by now today.
Amtrak.
Yeah.
Amtrak police?
No, Amtrak was supposed to call me about my ticket
Okay.
to refund me or reschedule. They didn't. So I ended up booking for tomorrow. Because I really want to go back to Vancouver.
Yeah.
And because
It's better there.
I just like Vancouver. It's
Do people jump you in Vancouver?
Oh yeah, people want to fight you and people want to contest you, but
But I mean, okay, like.
here's the thing about
okay,
Vancouver.
Okay, but wait.
If I fight you in Vancouver
Yeah.
and I beat your ass, I'm like, get up.
It's friendly. It's
yeah,
friendly.
it's friendly. Like, get up.
It's respectful.
Come on, let's go to fucking drink, you pussy. Let's go, eh?
But here it's real. It's like you're trying to hurt each other.
Yeah, here it's in the States. It's like I want to hurt you till your balls fall off.
Yeah, that's too much.
I want to hurt you till your girlfriend doesn't want your dick anymore.
That's not necessary.
Yeah, it's not necessary. I'm sorry to be exclusive, specific, and quantity, but this is New York City. I grew up here off and on. I know what the city's about.
Yeah, I mean, one of my roommates got jumped by a bunch of dudes, like as some type of gang initiation, and they beat him up until he lost his eye. Overkill. Overkill much?
I think that's overkill, but I think that's the sign that said, you know what, that was not worth it. Let's get the fuck out of here.
But what I did notice is that we just walked to the bodega, right, for me to get this snooze.
Wait, the bodega.
But on our
Wait. Explain what the bodega is to some people that don't
oh
know.
bodega is like the deli. It's like if you live in the suburbs, the bodega is a 7-Eleven, and you but they make food, and you live at the bodega. Like a few days ago, like my boys over at Big Boys Deli. Like you have a tab with them. They're your homies. They have your back. Like your bodega guys are your best friends out here. But on the way to the bodega, you were like, you were pointing at people, bro. We walked a block. You catcalled the girl. When I went out to go pick you up at the door, you were pointing at other people and saying, "Look, these fuckers!" Like, and then two guys were walking past us, and you were like, "Yeah, those guys." Like, so you're kind of like calling for some confrontation. You have to admit.
Because I kind of wanted to see what they would do.
You're ready to go.
Hey, you know how New Yorkers are? Hey, we defend the Mets. We defend the Yankees.
Oh my God.
I wanted to hear that response, like, we are true New Yorkers, eh?
Yeah. Well, you kind of want to. It sounds like you want to show your chops. You know you can fight, so you want to show your chops off.
No, I want New Yorkers to show the true Canadian side, because New Yorkers are true Canadians.
Oh, really? Are they really?
Yeah, you know you are.
Why are they Canadian?
Look at the history.
Oh, no shit. Tell me. I don't know the history.
Even though New York was built since 1768 and growed.
Yeah.
But think about it. How many Canadians have come to the New York between that time and now that grew New York?
Yeah.
Too many.
Would you be able to? Should I check this to make sure the memory hasn't gone out or anything?
Nah.
It's good. Yeah.
64-bit.
Okay. Is it going? Okay. Good. Just making sure. How's the eye doing? Is the eye healing up all right, or? Because I saw you post some pictures without it the other day, right?
I did. I tried to get some sunlight, but that really gave me a migraine headache.
Oh, that eye's real sensitive, right? Yeah.
Gave me a real migraine headache. I was like, oh, my panda, fuck you.
Oh, wait, but you told me the other day at the hostel that that whenever you lost your sense of smell in that car wreck, that you got some extra sensory abilities. Okay,
so that extra sensibility is mostly strength.
Strength? Physical strength? What the fuck?
I'm literally, think about it, guys. I'm a travel photographer. How much you think I'm literally carrying and logging with? 300, 200, 250 pounds? Think about it.
Dude, but this is what's dangerous. This is why you have to be careful. Because if I saw you on the street, I wouldn't think you were as tough as you are. No offense, I wouldn't think I was tough either. But you can fuck motherfuckers up, dude. Like, so that's you gotta be. You never know who you're dealing with, right?
I could.
Yeah.
But I choose not to because everyone has a right to know who I am.
That you give everybody a chance.
I give everyone a chance. Like, listen, I'm not your enemy.
Yeah.
I never was your enemy.
Yeah.
All I'm here is trying to give you a sense of morality that, listen, I get your struggles, I get your pain.
Yeah.
As someone that has been discriminated just because of culture base or Muslim race, because technically I am Muslim.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Do you still go to the mosque?
No. Because I only go to the mosque when my friend Allah is here, but he's in Mecca. So.
Have you ever been to Mecca?
I have once with him.
I want to go.
And
I told you, did I tell you I was Muslim at one point?
Were you studying or?
Okay, it was like a week.
A week.
I was Muslim for like a week, but it was a serious.
Wait, a week.
It was bro. My name was changed to Muhammad for like.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was quick.
Uh-oh.
That was quick.
They
were moving quick, like. some dude like kind of picked me up. He picked me up in Delhi.
In Delhi?
Not Delhi, Mumbai. And it was the first night I got to India. I just broke up with my girlfriend of like 10 years. I just like went through all, like my whole life just changed. Like me and my mom like cut each other off. Me and my best friend like cut each other off. Broke up with his girlfriend. Came out as like bisexual and shit. So like my whole life had just changed overnight. And I felt like I was going crazy, right? And then like I went to Mumbai, and the first night I was there, I was laying in a bunk bed, and some dude comes up with a flashlight, and they're making a bunch of fucking noise, and he fucking shines a flashlight on me. He's like, "You're very handsome."
You're very handsome.
And then he was like, "Will you?" Like he woke me up at like 3 a.m. to tell me this shit. He's like, "Will you like come to work with me tomorrow?" And I was open. That's scary. Like, wait. Well, come to work.
Wait.
Come to work with me tomorrow.
You guys know what that means, right?
No, it didn't mean that.
No. It does mean something.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Okay, he was in love with me, but
yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'm down for a fucking adventure. So like, I went with him, and we were going to cosmetics wholesalers, and I started going to Mosque like with him. He was secretly like getting me into Islam. Like he was just like, let's go look at a mosque just for fun. And then like we went to one mosque, and then like lunchtime comes around, he's like, let's go to another mosque. And when I went in, it's like he doesn't give me any time. It's like prayer time, you know, with
it is prayer time
with the call. And we went in there, and you know, there's this big pond with like turtles in it and stuff. It was like a beautiful temple, a beautiful mosque, like ancient. And they would be scared every time I went in. They were like, "What the fuck is this white dude doing coming in here?" They're like, "No." And he would yell at them like, "Fuck you! Like this is my friend!" Like,
were you wearing the proper attire for the mosque?
Yeah, I had a rip in my knee, and I was tying the bandana. So, but like I was slipping. I will admit, I was slipping. I didn't look, and I had frosted tips. I had crazy hair. I had frosted tips and shit. But then he kind of sprung it on me, like, okay.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I was fucking up. I was slipping. But he sprung it on me, like, when we're in that mosque. He's like, okay, say this prayer, you know, in the prayer that you say to, like, become Muslim. And I said it, because it's like, well, I'm not going to say no. Like, there's so much pressure, right? Like, so I'm not going to say no.
Pressure.
Yeah. And then, like, we're in there, and then I prayed, and it was beautiful, honestly. Like, praying in a mosque is beautiful. Like at prayer time with everybody.
Doesn't it feel, when you pray in a mosque?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You feel like it just lifts some of the bad aura.
And the washing.
And the washing.
Yes, bro. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful ceremony. And Islam is fucking amazing. And so I was kind of feeling it. I was like, damn, maybe I am Muslim, you know? But he was moving real quick with me, like he was trying to get me in his life, you know, like yeah in his life. And
in his life.
But I was praying, and I remember praying in that I was praying in that mosque, and it was like I remember looking around and being like, holy shit, I can't tell if this is 2,000 years ago. Like there's no sign of like modernity in this town right now, like in this place. Like when I look around, I might as well be alive in 100 BC. Like, so it felt ancient and it felt beautiful. And then we went to like more wholesalers and shit, because I was like working with him with wholesalers. I was like, he was basically showing me off, like, look at this white guy, and then he was like, okay, like it felt like we were around gangsters, honestly. Like he was taking me to some sketchy parts of Mumbai, and
what part of Mumbai?
It was sketchy. I don't know where I was, bro. I was in this person's hands, like
Tebegan?
It was sketchy. All I know, it was sketchy. I didn't know where I was.
You guys know what Tebegan is, right?
I don't know where it was, but it was fucking sketchy.
He was in the hood.
Yeah, I was in the fucking hood, and everybody was looking at me.
He was in the hood.
And then we were talking to like some wholesalers. They're like fucking smoking, like in this office, and then in front of everybody, like with all the pressure on, he's like, "This is a new Muslim," and I was already feeling uncomfortable with that because it's like, God damn, what did I get myself into? And he's like, "This is a new Muslim, and by the way, we should change your name to Muhammad." And I was just being a pushover. I was like, okay, like fine, whatever. I was just saying yes to everything.
No.
And then he was like, will you give an inspirational speech to my company?
You should.
And I said yes. I was like, fine. He was like, will you come back to Surat? You know Gujarat?
Yeah.
He was like, will you come back to Surat, Gujarat with me? And will you give an inspirational speech? And I just said, I said yes. And then we went outside and I was like, wait, what the fuck did I just agree to? First of all, I just changed my name and I'm about to go give an inspirational speech. And I yelled at the guy. I was like, okay, dude, I'm not Muslim.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
He got himself in some hot water that he couldn't get out of.
Yeah. And I was like, bro, my name isn't Muhammad. I'm not Muslim. And I'm not fucking going to your hometown to give an inspirational speech. And he was like, okay, you're not Muhammad, fine. And he stopped calling me Muhammad. I was only Muhammad for like 15 minutes.
I'd be like, yo, call me Panda.
Yeah.
It's only you call me Panda. I give an inspirational speech.
Yeah.
I give my expertise about how my life was.
Yeah.
How my life will be, how it has been, how it was, and how it will be based on how I think it should be in the future.
Yeah.
From my expertise and from my knowledge and from what I gathered from people.
Yeah.
And how people respect me from social media, from social media to platform.
Yeah.
You gotta take that all in account.
Yeah.
And I guess you have to do your own evaluation about the situation at hand.
Yeah, you do. And I wasn't really at the time. And because I was just moving, but I don't regret it. It was one of the coolest experiences of my life. So he was like, okay, fine, you're not Muslim, you're not Muhammad, but will you please come to my hometown and just give an inspirational speech? There's gonna be 200 people there, it's gonna be awesome. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll go. And so we took a thing, and then I stayed with him there for like 5 days, and he's like, I lived in his family home. I'm like praying 5 times a day. I'm like loving it. I'm getting these crazy feelings like praying. I'm like, holy shit, I might be Muslim. And like I was freaking me out. It was like, why do I like this so much? Like this isn't normal. And
Can I say why you like it so much?
because it's beautiful. Because God's there, bro.
It's just the formality of beauty.
Yeah.
Respecting one another. It's not
Yes, brotherhood.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be religious. It's just the fact that like you understand the beauty of it.
Yes.
You understand the structure of it, which is beauty.
Yeah.
You understand the education, which is beauty.
And family. Beauty, brotherhood, family.
That all attracts with education, reform, and the beauty of the structure.
So I was in Surat for those 5 days, and he was he was treating me like an American businessman. At the time, I was a fucking construction worker, and it was just like, and he wants me to introduce myself as like, yeah, I'm an American businessman, and he's taking me to all the mosques. They're like,
may I say,
Yep.
when I was 12, I really have to say this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
When I was a rollerblader back when I was 12, when I came
Yep.
into America, I always wanted American rollerbladers to represent me.
yeah, because it's some type of status symbol.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And then-
I stuck around and I gave the speech, and it was so weird. It was like, what the fuck am I doing here? I gave this inspirational speech, and on the last night, they were like, we want you. I was like telling them, like, guys, I feel kind of weird about this. I need to get away.
We want you.
Yeah. I was like, I need to get away for a second. Because honestly, the religiosity, I didn't like it. I was raised like as a hardcore Christian. Like I've been there, done that. I don't want rules. And I didn't feel like I could truly tell them who I really was, you know, because they didn't care who I really was. They just cared that I was a white guy and I was Muslim, and they loved that. And then the last night, I was like, okay, I gotta go tomorrow. I gotta think because they were moving me so quick. It was like I gotta go think with it was like I was being kidnapped or something. And I was like, I gotta go think with my own fucking head for a sec. And they were like kind of upset about it, but they were like, okay, listen, if you stay here, you're gonna become an international businessman. You're gonna go around Europe and Africa and India, and you're gonna buy from wholesalers. You're gonna be high up at our company.
You see me, guys? That sounds like a scam.
Yeah, it sounds like a scam, but it did sound very promising, and there was something. I felt like I was being a part of a real family for the first time in my life, and they were like, and we'll give you. You're gonna live at our family home. You're gonna be a part of our family now, and we're gonna give you 3 wives.
Hey. You want to wash my ass for me too?
Yeah. No, I didn't. So I was like, sounds great, but I need to go think for myself for a fucking second. They gave me this little bracelet that I counted the thing and went, Ya Hadi, Ya Rahim, Ya Rahim, Ya Hadi. Yeah, and then that morning, they were with me 24/7 until that.
Oh my God, that's such a scam.
Until that fucking morning I left, bro. They were with me 24/7, and then that morning, I'm like, they're nowhere to be found. I was like, they knew I was going to the train. We were driving around in like a fucking Mercedes Benz. They were the richest people in their town, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna get to the train station? So I got a fucking tuk-tuk. What do you call them in India? The tuk-tuks. The little motorcycles with the thingy.
You guys know what that called? Please do comment.
Yeah, tuk-tuk basically. And
because
and I went to the train and I went back to Mumbai, and then they texted me all angry like, "Where did you go this morning? Like, that was very wrong of you." He got like so pissed at me, but I escaped. And then I thought of it and I was like, okay, this is weird. And then in Mumbai, I went to a mosque again. But then that was the last time I went to a mosque. And I love Islam, but the rules are a little too intense for me. I don't like the rules. But anyway, that's how I got into Islam for that brief moment.
So now you guys know from his story that he got into Islam, but it was a little intense, which I agree.
Yeah. Do you never go to mosque still, or what?
I do, but I would go to mosque out of respect because my mother was actually Muslim.
How often do you go?
I go at least twice a year.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would love to just go. Is that allowed? Can you be a casual Muslim?
I don't call it casual. I call it respect.
Yeah, respectful.
I go there because.
But do they respect? Does Islam respect somebody who goes to? Isn't that
They should.
Yeah, they should. They should allow for more partial commitment, because it would be so much bigger.
Because the partial commitment means that
it's an entryway. It's an entryway. You appreciate.
It's not just an entryway. You appreciate the life that you were given by that culture.
Yeah, and I still want to respect it, but it's hard.
You understand it from maybe a third generation, second generation, fourth generation.
Yeah.
And you see the light, but you also want to emphasize what's going on now. Our whole culture, white, black, Japanese, Korean, Thai, Monk, Spanish, Latino, Portuguese, French, Turkish, Muslim, Russian American, Japanese American. We need to really emphasize that mostly, because that is the strongest muscle in our minds.
Yeah.
And racism is the weakest muscle in the mind, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if we, as a nation, in a global nation, get together and see that, even North Korea, if you can see what I'm talking about.
But don't you feel like when you're out on the street and you're judging American black people, isn't that kind of also the roots of hate? I mean, no offense, I'm not trying to call you out, but
It
Like,
is.
I feel like that's not really good either.
It is not good, but it needs to be spoken, because African Americans also bring hate towards Spanish, Asians, whites, especially whites,
Yeah.
because they think they I'm born 80.
You're born where?
I'm born in the year 80.
In 80, yeah.
Everyone thinks that anyone that's born 80 needs to be compensated for reparations. No, I don't give a fuck about that. You know why I don't give a fuck about that? Because I don't give a fuck about it.
Well, the money exists, but
I don't give a fuck if the money exists.
But when is the
I don't
division?
care about that. That's not my agenda.
Yeah.
My agenda is to bring people together, no matter what culture, race, agenda, sex, orientation. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's the problem with America. They always want to separate.
Yeah, and it's divide and conquer, bro. It's divide and conquer.
They always want to separate and like you said, divide and conquer.
Because it makes us weaker, because like racism was invented to weaken the lower class, bro.
It always has been.
They put it in the white people's heads that, okay, you're lower than us.
Not just the white people heads, the Spanish, the blacks, the Asians. They want to emphasize that shit in your head to make you believe that there is only one cause, that is be rich. No, that's not the purpose. If you understand the purpose, if you rich, you get back. Bernie Sanders understand that.
Wait, so but aren't the rich people kind of the problem a little bit?
They are.
But it seems like we should emphasize the rich.
No, but they're rich trying to emphasize the rich.
No, but we should emphasize that the rich are the people dividing normal people.
Right, but they're rich trying to help the poverty level become rich.
The rich want the poverty level rich?
There are some that want the poverty to become...
But then they wouldn't be rich. And that doesn't...
That's not the message. The message is...
It's a fake message though, right?
No, it's not a fake message.
Really?
The message is to pay it forward.
But do they really believe that?
Some do.
And you don't think they should pay it? We should pay it forward?
No, I think the wealthy. There's a difference between rich, wealthy.
Okay.
And
so you're talking like
the
upper
pioneers.
middle. You're talking like middle. When you say rich, you mean like middle class.
Yeah, rich is middle class.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Worldwide, I don't. Worldwide's clear. If you're middle class in America, you're fucking rich.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, if you have five fucking apartments or luxury apartments.
Well, that's not middle. That's not. I mean, that's not middle class though.
That's not the middle class. That's just showing off.
That's wealthy at that point. But
look what most artists are doing. They stay local, they stay domestic, but they live in the States, right? So, Ludacris, for example, he has a house in Los Angeles, but lives in Atlanta. You know why he does that? You know why he does that?
he has a house in America but lives in Atlanta.
Because he wants to concentrate on his mental health.
Wait, he has a house in, what do you mean? You said America like New York or?
Well,
you said he has a house in America but lives in,
no,
has a house in New York?
He has a house in Atlanta and a house in LA.
Oh, but he lives in Atlanta.
Yes.
Because he wants to keep his brain sharp. Yeah.
Because he knows that
it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
He knows that there's a structure there that will corrupt his mind to a certain point. And Ludacris knows how to get through the game very well. So is T.I. So is 50 Cent.
Are these all people who live in Atlanta?
No, these are people who actually see the
Erykah Badu.
The truth. Erykah Badu. Hey, Erykah Badu. I appreciate you going to the Robin Room and performing. I love you. She went to the Robin Room and performed.
Nice. I don't know what the Robin Room is.
It's in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
So it made you, at that rough point in life, it brought you some joy.
Sure did. Time out.
Thank you, Erica. Are we good?
Yeah.